So, yeah, I'm just lining up near GameStop here with a bunch of people that came here super early. I came somewhere around 7, even though there are conflict schedules going on right now. This is what the line looks like right now. Well, a lot of people, technically. So unfortunately, all of the pre-orders have sold out across all the retailers, including GameStop, because it started crashing a lot. I currently don't have the footage right now because my battery is just pretty bad on my end. But I guess I won't be able to leave until after getting the order done. So yeah, I'm gonna simply have to wait here. Okay, I guess we only got like 55 more minutes until the door opens. But as of now, this line right there is very long.
Mario Kart, here you go. How you doing? Mario Kart or standard?
I'm taking standard.
Standard for sure. Here you go.
Thank you.
How you doing, boss? Standard for
Alright, so I'm just gonna only pick the standard Nintendo Switch 2, just not the bundle, because I have no intentions of playing Mario Kart. Okay, time has passed, and there's a lot of people right now. There we go. The store is now open, and now we wait. Okay, just completed my pre-order. I just had to pay a full amount, or just the $50 minimum, but that's just basically everything. So stay tuned until I get the product available on some other months. Alright, so this is just one day before picking up our Nintendo Switch 2. Alright, it's almost there. Even though the party starts around 6, it's around 5:08. Alright, after a while, just got my things done here. Got the receipt for getting the actual Nintendo Switch 2 here. Okay, I'm just gonna simply linger around a bit here until around 6 at this time. And they told me to pick it up at 9 p.m. Okay, even though it's past 6 here and it's around 7:05, I guess the party doesn't seem to operate effectively here. On the bright side here, they gave me these free Pokemon cards. A mystery, of course. Alright, I'm just inside the party for now in GameStop here after waiting for a while. They've taken the majority amount of pizza, which I should have gotten. Does anyone want the last pepperoni pizza? I'm taking one. Okay, so yeah, this is the second last pizza that I have here. That's only pepperoni. I'm just gonna give it a taste test. And they're just setting up Melee, Smash Bros. Melee. It's good. Love it so far. Yes, I always eat Little Caesars pizzas every time I want to order. Alright, time to drink this. Alright, it's good. Okay, so yeah, I did participate in a tournament and all of us suck in this game here. But yeah, I only won the first round because none of us have ever had a long time experience with Melee. Alright, just trying to drink this bunch here. That tastes good. Okay, yeah, unfortunately there's no footage of me doing the Smash Bros. Tournament here, but I was playing as Sheik here, and I somehow won. Yeah, it's amazing.
Avrof, you did win. We're gonna get a group photo of everyone who participated in the tournament, if that's cool with you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll just wait for a second. All right, let's go.
Yeah. Oh, we got the footage of it.
I did not.
Oh, it's alright.
Okay, I'm gonna fight right now.
Gotcha.
Play the winner, Avrof.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The true battle.
Oh.
Wait, I forgot the apples. I don't like this method either. Yeah.
All right.
Good there, guys. Good.
Yeah.
That was frustrating.
Yeah. Next time, raise the time limit.
All right, if anybody wants to play.
Really? Anybody?
Yeah.
Alright, it's free play now.
All right, free play this time.
Then you can get your prize in a little bit.
All right, cool.
Yep.
You want to just hang around? We're gonna try and get pictures of all the winners as well.
Sure.
Won't miss today, buddy. Good job.
Awesome. Thank you very
Great
much.
playing.
Good job, everyone who came out.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody. We'll give it to you a little bit, buddy. Good job.
All right, cool, thanks. 7:59 this time here. Our pickup was supposed to be at 1 hour and a minute left here. And one of the employees is doing a live stream right now. Yeah, okay, my chest now hurts a lot here after all that atrocious screaming of me winning. It was the one playing Sheik. Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then who won Pokemon Stadium?
All right, thank you very much.
I beat him.
All right.
All right, let's.
Looks like this is now my new game, the NES edition after winning the Smash tournament.
Everybody outside. We're gonna line up the same way,
Calmly.
starting from number 1.
Okay, we're starting to line up in lines. Please get in your number with your tickets.
Okay, we're just lining up again after 8:30 p.m. Our switches will be ready at around 9 p.m. and we're just simply lining up based on the numbers of the receipt that we have. And now we'll just wait out in the pretty cold environment.
Just open it up. They'll give you the switch and your stuff, and you go in and out real quick. Get your number.
Changes here, they'll just call our ticket numbers here and they'll just give us our Nintendo Switch. Okay, the raffles, those are the people that only ordered some of the accessories for the Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, so they're just calling out the raffle here based on the phone numbers itself, so I cannot record the phone number due to privacy reasons.
Bros tournament, come over here.
Yeah. Any Smash Bros players?
You get 67?
Right there. Okay. Alright, I think they're coming here.
Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, you guys are gonna go. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. All right, 8 minutes left for the pickup here. Okay, so just somewhere past 9 p.m. here. The line is taking quite some time. Okay, it looks like some of them have already picked up their Nintendo Switch already here. All right, at some point, this is taking quite some time for them to inspect what models of the Nintendo Switch are we getting here, as well as everything. This is going to take a long procedure here, even though this is just that crazy long line at the moment. Midway to go here at the moment, just still waiting. This is what the process looks like here of picking up the Nintendo Switch 2. All right, they're speeding up the deliveries to us. All right, the final step is to pick up my Nintendo Switch 2.
Bill 58, copy that. 57, please. You filming the whole thing, dog?
Yeah.
What do you do with all the footage? I mean, obviously you post it, but like, how long does that take? Because I know I saw you here earlier too.
Yeah.
It take a while?
May take a while.
Yeah. All right, boss. All you have today is the console, so I've got the console right here for you all set.
All right, thank you very
No
much.
problem. Enjoy.
All right. I wish I could get these games, but I'll think about it later.
Competition tonight.
Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Thank you. Nintendo Switch 2 has been acquired for myself only. Everything that I collected should be done here, so I'll just simply go home to unbox this. Okay, got my Switch as well. Fortunately, they damaged the box itself for whatever reason, but overall, this is what this box looks like. Yes, that is a Nintendo Switch 2 that I got. After making a pre-order, but just gonna simply open it. Ooh, look at this accessory here. There's a main console right there. We got the Joy-Cons. What's in there? The safety manual is what I have. Even more accessories, the HDMI cable. I see, I guess they put an ultra high HDMI cable. Smaller adapters for the Joy-Cons. Rip this thing open like this. More wrappers. Now, this is the Nintendo Switch 2 attachable controller here. Looks like they redesigned the whole power adapter. They got the USB-C power adapter and a USB-C cable for both of them. And now the final item is to pull out the dock. Wow, never seen a dock like this before. Unlike my previous dock, this feels super rounded as well. Just have a pretty different feeling of it. Okay, just some short comparisons here. This one is the Nintendo Switch dock, the original dock itself. It feels more compact. But on the other hand, this feels slightly bigger. The Nintendo Switch 2 dock is a little bigger, unlike the previous one. So yeah, that's a comparison right there. It just feels slightly bigger. And now for the power adapter, and just gonna take it out from the box itself. This is what the USB-C cable looks like. Just simply gonna have to remove that. Alright, this can be plugged in anywhere, such as plug in the USB-C and then just connect it directly to the switch here. So this is what the bulky power adapter looks like. Here's a comparison between the Nintendo Switch power adapter and the Nintendo Switch 2 power adapter. Both look the same, except very noticeable difference here. It uses the AC adapter. This one uses the adapter that takes USB-C cable. That means you can use the USB-C cable anywhere to the nearest USB-C port. And if you're trying to charge with the original Nintendo Switch, you will have to find a huge power bank or the power adapter that can plug into the wall just to charge your Nintendo Switch. But now, this is gonna help out a lot. Next up, the HDMI cable. Just gonna remove that piece here. And this one feels roughly the same here, except this is a little darker than it used to be. This one right there is the old Nintendo Switch HDMI cable, while this one right there is the new HDMI cable. This one right there is gray for the Nintendo Switch. This one is black for the Nintendo Switch 2. So almost very noticeable difference here, just some few adjustments with the HDMI cable itself. Okay, so this is what the grip looks like for the Joy-Cons of the Nintendo Switch 2 controller. I do have it in the other room here, but I don't have time to show this. Okay, another thing to add into are the Joy-Con controllers. This is what the Joy-Cons look like. They feel more comfortable, unlike my previous ones, and slightly completely different than it used to be. So this is just a simple Joy-Con 2 controllers. Okay, now to compare to the original Joy-Cons right there. This is the Joy-Con for the Nintendo Switch. This right there is the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons. Slightly bigger than it used to be on all sides here. Original one feels very light and friendly to use. This one right there is even more friendly to use for the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con. Same story for the other Joy-Cons here. This is the red one for the right side and everything else. Here are the adapters. Okay, I don't know how to put this on here, but all I gotta do is simply attach, well, not sure how to attach. Okay, actually the other way around. So, simple attachment. Now I get a Joy-Con controller sideways, like this. So yeah, pretty simple grip here, and it shouldn't be any issues here. Alright, so here's the old attachment for the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, and this is the new Nintendo Switch Joy-Con attachment. So, very noticeable difference of what they look like here. And this one right there is probably one of my favorites. I can just simply set something like this down like that, or if anyone cannot see it, like that. So pretty easy to set the Joy-Cons pretty much sideways like this. Okay, the only way to remove it is by pressing this button on the back, and it just pops out like this. Easy. And now diving into the main console. This is the Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, I didn't purchase a screen protector, but in the future, I may apply it onto the Nintendo Switch 2. So far, this is the base model itself of the Nintendo Switch 2, and it feels kind of bigger, unlike what I've seen. Okay, here is the old model of the Nintendo Switch, the original one. This is the Nintendo Switch 2 right there. And if I do a size comparison like this, the Nintendo Switch 2 is noticeably larger than the Nintendo Switch, the original one itself. But it does have some few components here. You can put a headphone jack on top. You can insert a game cartridge. Yeah, you can insert a game cartridge in there. And it can be plugged with the USB-C like this on top. In fact, there are actually two USB-C ports. The one that's on top and the one is on the bottom. Only the Nintendo Switch has only one USB-C port here. Just like before, the aesthetics on the top is the same, but with the addition of another USB-C port. The buttons have the same layout here, except it's pretty much different. On the sideways right there is just also significantly different for the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons. The one on the bottom is pretty much the same as well. Almost. However, with the back side, the stand is completely different. You just have to pull out the back like this carefully. And yeah, it can be super angled like this. Now I'm just gonna have to move the box away for this quick comparison. Okay, here's a comparison. This one right there, the Nintendo Switch 2, pretty much adjustable stand, very flexible than the Nintendo Switch. Pretty much a set angle, there is no way to try to adjust back and forth like this. The only way to get some good adjustments is by using some type like a third party like the Hori stand. It's like open the stand and then you just have to use it as a replacement like that. So it's just a brief solution for the Nintendo Switch, but just not pretty much to look into. But I love this flexible Nintendo Switch 2 stand that I got. So yeah, good design. Now just gonna set this aside. Also, additionally, you can put a SD card just behind the slot right there as well, and then just close it like that. Much like the Nintendo Switch, to where you can put an SD card into the slot here, the micro SD card just behind the stand. At some later point in time, maybe I can transfer all my games from my old Nintendo Switch to my Nintendo Switch 2. But yeah, I believe that should be it for the Nintendo Switch review itself. And now we get into this main way to turn on the console itself. So let me just attach the Joy-Cons like this. Oh, this is super magnet. Where's the other one? Oh, there you go. Let's see how this attaches. Damn, magnetic. Okay, and this one right there is very hard to remove here because the magnet is super strong here. The only way to remove it is just by pressing the button on the back here and then just pull it out gently. And then you can just put it back straight away like that. And it's super hard to come off. Unlike before, this feels super big here. And here's the old one for comparison. You just have to slide in the Joy-Cons into the original Nintendo Switch like this. And get the other one done. There. That's how to attach the Nintendo Switch controllers to the console. Now, here's the size comparison of what the overall attachment looks like. This one is the Nintendo Switch right there. This one right there is the Nintendo Switch 2. This one feels very big here, unlike the original one, of course. I never have an OLED because I never purchased one before, but just gonna have to move this aside. And the next one is gonna be how does it work. You just have to simply slide in much like the original Nintendo Switch 1. Okay, here's the overall comparison of what it looks like here. Nintendo Switch 2 right there, Nintendo Switch, the original one itself. So yeah, that's pretty much a noticeable difference. And I just realized I did not attach the Nintendo Switch one correctly, so this is what it looks like. Okay, now just step aside here, and I'm just gonna open the back itself. Oh, it just comes straight off like this. Okay, never seen a Switch 2 like this. Here is the back side here. This one takes only USB-C. This one is an HDMI port. And the last one right there is the Ethernet cable, which you can use to connect to the internet by cable itself for the Nintendo Switch 2. And the design, it feels super different, unlike what I see in here. And take off the back, it's just pretty simple. It never detaches itself. But the back right there, easily detachable, and anyone could just easily lose it. And now, just to finalize the part here, just gonna plug in the HDMI first, followed by the USB-C cable. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it for this one so far. Okay, carefully reroute the wires down there. It does appear that's a little tricky for me to do so. Okay, attaching is really tricky here. Just having trouble with putting this back in. Okay, pretty simple. And now I'll get into the boot setup. Okay, the only way to remove it is by removing this adapter like that. Yeah, very strong magnet. I'm just gonna have to use it later. Okay, now I'm just gonna simply attach the controllers like this. Okay, pure black here, nothing's wrong, and I could just use the controller style like this. Okay, now that's done here, let's boot the Nintendo Switch 2 up. Oh, great. I gotta remove it first. There we go. Yeah. Remove that thing first, and then, yeah. Here's the setup. Okay. English. America. Accept the license, and just gonna connect to the internet. Ah, the music feels different here. Okay, just connecting to the internet right now. With the Nintendo Switch 2, you can play games whenever you want, however you want. Next, you can use a stand here and just simply pull out like this and connect the AC adapter to the top. Now using a stand, detach the right controller, yeah, there you go. And then detach the left one. There we go. Now I'm just gonna need to put a stand. Okay, here we go. Even though I don't have time to change my angle, here's next. Attachment guide is what I showcased already. Skip. And then I can choose my style whenever I want to. Hit OK. And then update the system. This is going to take some time here for me to update. Software update complete. Alright. Now, okay, I can transfer all my things to my new one. You will need a micro SD card that has Express. This is going to be too much to it. I don't have time to insert it, so I'm just going to skip. And I got to sign into my Nintendo Switch account. Hit OK, and now trying to transfer all data. Connect an AC adapter, then start downloading. Okay, using a dock should work. Alright, I guess this is what the whole screen looks like. Now I'll just bring the Nintendo Switch closer. There should be an update for it. Damn, more time wasted. More time wasted. Great, I forgot to update my original Nintendo Switch. I just realized the only thing I noticed is that it can be used as a mouse or cursor. Yeah, well, I'll get to that later. Okay, I was able to study all the games that are incompatible. Fortunately, I don't have any specific games that are not compatible for the Nintendo Switch, so yeah, I have not been buying a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 games for a while, but I guess this goes for a transfer. Make your Nintendo Switch 2, yeah. Here's a warning. All user data on the system will be transferred to a target Nintendo Switch. When target Nintendo Switch 2 downloads the transfer data, automatic sign-in that were linked to the source system, system transfer is done, email linked, and everything else. Oh, I can copy the saved data, will be copied, so yeah. Okay, difference is, saved data for the following software will be removed from the system and transferred to the Nintendo Switch 2 system. So I got Animal Crossing New Horizons that I can transfer as well, so perhaps I should connect to an AC adapter itself. And now to begin the process of transfer. There we go. Now I can start the download. Where do my controls go? Here it comes. This is going to take some time here, so I'll let that thing transfer for a long time. Okay, this is how it's going to work. So I had to keep the AC adapter on for a while. This is the transfer process, which I couldn't even try to reach as much. So all the saved data will be sent to my Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, now restarting my system here. And it just restarted itself, so it's just 1 minute left until the transfer is completely done. Next step is set up the system here, and I'm just gonna wait until the process is complete on Nintendo Switch 2. So I just have to hit OK on that. Okay, and that's basically it. Unfortunately, my Animal Crossing is completely gone from my original Nintendo Switch, so I don't have a world at the moment. However, I do have a world inside of this game itself, the Nintendo Switch. Alright, software will be downloaded later. I just have to hit next. Okay, screenshots and videos will be imported from that micro SD card that was being used. Okay, hit next. Under Nintendo Switch ready. Before that, I'll go ahead and check. Okay, micro SD card inserted here. Just gonna start copying everything. And that's done. Now to restart the system. Setup is complete here. System transfer is done. Go to the home button. Okay, it's downloading some games at the moment here after all the transfer. So I'll go into my settings itself. Wow, a lot of noticeable difference here. So yeah, okay, I'm just gonna manage all the software that they have here. This one is a massive upgrade. The storage is now greatly expanded, unlike the usual 32 gigabytes. So this is pretty much super big. I still kept the same images and albums from some of my previous past content. Some games right now just takes forever to download here, but here it comes. Controllers, this one's the same here. It's not fully charged at the moment, and these are some tips on how to use mouse controls. So now, okay, using the strap. Okay, so yeah, now I can just simply move around like this. Let's try this. Oh, how do I do it? Okay. Well, depending on the button itself, feels like a real mouse control. So yeah, it should be good. Almost like managing a computer like this. So that's how it works. Now I'm just gonna simply detach this. Okay, the game's being downloaded right now. Insert the game card, the existing ones. Still got some other games to download as well, including literally everything that I got. Virtual game cards is just something that's different, and I'm just gonna click on myself here. Yeah, downloadable content is still up here. I still have the Nintendo Switch Online. I still have the game chat. That's actually something that's new. Game chat. Open access period, which will last until March 31st. You will be able to use game chat without Nintendo Switch Online membership. And afterwards, a Nintendo Switch Online will be required to use game chat. Just like almost every game party and stuff, you still need to use Nintendo Switch Online membership, which I still pay to this day. And then consent. Alright, so separately, the video chat requires a USB camera, and then needs to follow the guidelines of it too. And take all my privacy away by recording my chat here. If you don't want privacy, just stick to the old-fashioned Discord server with some people here. So yeah, consent to game chat terms, and just make sure that every reported chats, yeah, withdraw your consent at some point. And then click next. Confirm a mobile phone number. Okay, phone number saved. Approve friends for chatting, and yeah. Select friends to approve. I'm just gonna select some people here at the moment. Just gonna select some friends to approve. Unfortunately, I'm not definitely sure if I remember all the people that I talked to. Just gonna simply make some adjustments here. Just making sure that I don't disable the people that I already know the most. Sign into your own accounts. Yeah, make sure no one takes all my privacy. And then this is the game chat. Unfortunately, the only way to use game chat is by at least inviting people at the moment. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll just let all the games download because they take pretty long time to do. Okay, while these games take quite some beautiful amount of time to join, here's how to insert a game card. Here's the old-fashioned game card right there. And now, time to remove this piece here. Alright, let's see if this works. Oh, it works. Okay, attach that back in, and then visit Animal Crossing. Since this is the first time Animal Crossing New Horizons has been played on this, you may be presented with a screen about setting up resident data after this. Okay, gotta take notes here. Okay, here are the careful steps. Step 1. Start Animal Crossing New Horizons first, and I'll be notified that there is existing data that is not linked to any user account, so I had to select next. When asked if you like to play, and then yeah, I'll look through the instructions carefully, one by one. Currently, there is an existing resident data on this Nintendo Switch that is not linked to any user account. Next. Would you like to play using a resident data link? And yeah. Existing data is what it's telling me. Click on existing data. Currently there are multiple residents, yeah. Display the data. So this is me. Click on me. Would you like to start playing as me? Yes. Data has been updated here, so yeah. Once I link to my account, you'll be unable to change the resident data, so be sure to correct the... You'll now start playing in Island Resident as me. Oh, and by the way, I have not been playing this game for a long time here at the moment, but just gonna review what I have for my island. Just in case I made some few contents back with my main channel of Animal Crossing here, but there's nothing I can do at the moment here since I couldn't find anything good. And it's been a while. My island is completely safe. It's been a while here. My character hasn't been waking up for a while, and then he's up again. And yes, I still have this weird cosplay at the moment. I should have checked next time. So yeah, I don't have anything as much to say here. Oh, that's a homemade cake. Alright. I guess everything feels pretty fine here. Just gonna browse around more. So yeah, my island is safe after the transfer to Nintendo Switch 2, but picking the island resident, it's basically the owner of the island itself. And once it's selected, it cannot be reversed anymore. So yeah. So, Emerald Crossing is safe. Let's try some other games. Okay, barely any graphical difference here, just no changes ever made to this area here. Just gonna move around a bit. Yeah, unfortunately there are no graphical changes after transferring to the Nintendo Switch 2 here. Okay, last game here. Let's try the Smash Bros, see if they work pretty well. Okay, let's see if this works with the GameCube controller. Okay, didn't expect that to work. Okay, it works with the GameCube controller. Okay, everything should work just fine with the GameCube controller. So yeah, existing GameCube controller still works to this day here, and I absolutely love it. Okay, I guess there's a next test here. Let's try to search for controllers. Okay, so I tested this. Unfortunately, cannot use the original Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controllers that can be used to connect to the Nintendo Switch. So basically, it's impossible to pair anything at the moment. Okay, again, does not mention anything about the original Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controllers, so just stick with the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con controllers. Okay, I guess that's basically it for the brief preview of the new Nintendo Switch 2 console itself. But I'm just gonna get into the new reward that I got from winning the unofficial Smash Bros. Melee tournament, which didn't have unlockable characters. This one right there is the Nintendo World Championship NES Edition with a deluxe set as well. I never played this game before, so I'm just gonna simply open it up. Alright, opening up the package here. Let's see what it contains. First of all, this is just some type of like an extra package that I have not seen. The World Championship NES Edition. Let's see how this opens. And now open the packet here. So this one comes with a set of collectible postcards here that look like NES cartridge. This one is Super Mario with Mario himself. This one, The Legend of Zelda with Link himself. Metroid with Samus. Here is the Donkey Kong himself. Next one is a Kid Icarus with Pit. Here's another Mario game with Mario himself. Next one is just basically its sight bike with the character winning. Next one, the Ice Climbers with Popo. Balloon Fight with a playable character. Another Mario game here. Another Legends of Zelda, again with Link. This one right there, I believe that looks more like Super Mario Bros. Looks like Luigi. And finally, Kirby's Adventure with Kirby himself. So of course, that's the cards that I got for now. And now to carefully seal this package back inside for safekeeping. Okay, putting this back inside the box. Okay, here's the game itself. This one is the NES World Championship Edition here, and just gonna simply remove that wrapper here and then just simply open up the game. Okay, inside the box contains everything. Yeah, I'm not familiar with World Championship Edition because I don't play NES games a lot here, but this is what the cartridge itself looks like. Okay, maybe I'll save that for later here, but I'm just gonna take the game cartridge out from the box itself. The next piece right there I'm just gonna unbox is, well, that's the golden NES cartridge that I got. Well, that's basically a reward itself. Unfortunately, this is not a real cartridge here, but this is just a limited edition of what I got, the Nintendo World Championship NES Edition. So it's just basically a cosmetic design. It's actually not a real cartridge game itself. So yeah, this is what I got so far, and I guess I'll simply keep it for safeguard. Alright, put this in the box here. This is the last set here. I'm just gonna simply unwrap this. So this one right there is just another packet. Alright, let's see what this contains. Just gonna simply open up the box. Okay, and inside here is just... okay, I guess that looks like pins here, except they're kind of binded too much at the moment, so pretty much limited edition badges. Okay, unfortunately I cannot take these out here. It's just completely binded inside. But I guess that's basically it for that limited edition or the deluxe edition that I got. So yeah, this one, I got this as a reward for just beating all the players in Smash Bros. Melee, although all of us are just completely inexperienced. Now I'll just set this one back carefully. Okay, I'm just gonna put this box here and just gonna simply keep this somewhere pretty safe here. So closing that, and this one I'll keep it as a souvenir. Gotta download this software update for it. Insert the game here and let's see how this goes out. Whew! Amazing! Never seen that game before. Just one player mode for now between the classic editions. But next. Yeah. Default for now, I'll have to change this later. Never had my game before. I'll be right back. Okay, it's like for either NES games or Famicom, I can change it anytime, but cannot choose at the moment. Activate online features. Well, okay. They got speedrun here. Unfortunately, I'm nowhere near a good speedrunner as other people, so yeah, you could just simply play. You can't pause? Come on, Okay, there. Technically, this is how speedrunning works, but you gotta play specific ones, and its difficulty depends. Don't go alone. Come on, move! Skip, 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 skip. Shoot! I actually love this game so much here. God, finally! Yeah. Pretty much very simple speedruns. And some of them are atrociously hard as well. So yeah, that's just a brief game of what it looks like here, and yeah, just complete this simple tutorial of it. And then I could get pin collections and everything. I can have party mode too, yeah. Okay, yeah, brief game of World Championship. Maybe I could do a live stream later on at some point here, so maybe one day. But that's the simple game I got. Okay, yeah, that's the demo of the Nintendo Switch 2 itself here. A lot of UI differences and everything else that I love so much here. So yeah, should be good. Now I can simply turn off the Nintendo Switch in sleep mode only. Side bonus, yeah, this is what the screen looks like here. Yeah, it feels more comfortable and almost OLED-like style, so yeah. Pretty much more comfortable for me to play around with it. Unfortunately, I don't have something to light up so bright here that I couldn't even get a reflective outcome of what it looks like when playing outside here. Alright, another thing I did not even mention, what if Game Share can be used? So I can just simply play together. Let's try my Nintendo Switch, the original one, and the Nintendo Switch 2. And then I can just simply set up join game share. A local user. Me. Okay, I probably need to try that next time. So yeah, try again. Search join game share. How do I join a game share? Let me try something. Okay, so unfortunately, at the moment here, I do not have any specific games that support game share. So unfortunately, I may not be able to test this. Okay, and in conclusion here, that's basically it for the Nintendo Switch unboxing. after a while, for of course, but that's basically it. Well, so much for the 7 years of experience after all, but I guess that's basically it. Saying goodbye to my Nintendo Switch, the original one, but I'll keep it as a collection for now. And now we complete the legacy of my Nintendo Switch. In case you're wondering, for all my existing Nintendo Switch games, I moved all my amiibo cards and the cartridges into this small case here. So yeah, that means I should be able to use this small case just to store only my games in there. But for now, don't have any temporary spot to place with. So far, that's basically it for the unboxing video of my Nintendo Switch 2 after long days of waiting. Thank you all for watching my video. If you guys do enjoy it, subscribe for more. You can also follow me on other social media platforms in my About page. This is VlogWithAvroTF, signing out.